Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, dear listeners, from wherever you've tuned into this channel all over the world. Welcome to Verdict TV. The news updates. Why court frees Nnamdi Kanu? You're welcome once again to this channel, and thank you for tuning in. But please do well to subscribe to this channel by clicking on the subscribe button and also the bell for more updates. Now to the news details. Please listen carefully to the end. Appeal court sitting in Abuja has discharged and acquitted Nnamdi Kanu, the embattled leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been facing 15-count charges bordering on terrorism and treasonable felony preferred against him by the Nigerian government. The charges were later reduced to 7. A 3-man panel of the Court of Appeal on Thursday held that the Federal High Court lacks the jurisdiction to try Kanu in view of his abduction and extraordinary rendition to Nigeria. This, the court said, was in flagrant violation of the OAU Convention and Protocol on Extradition. The appellate court noted that the Nigerian government failed to refute the allegation that the IPOB leader was in Kenya and that he was abducted and brought back to the country without any extradition proceeding. The court further stated that the government was ominously silent on the issue, which it described as very pivotal in determining whether the trial court will still have the jurisdiction to continue with the criminal proceeding before it. In law, that is a costly failure, and such failure is an admittance by the respondents. Where a party fails to controvert a deposition by an opponent, the issue not contested is deemed conceded. The court stated, adding that the onus was on the government to prove the legality of the appellant's arrest and return from Kenya. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who was rendition and extradited from Kenya to Nigeria in July 2021 and has been in the detention of the DSS, but the appeal court actually freed him from every of the charges. So when it was rendition to Nigeria, the court said it was an illegal extradition, that it was against the constitution. So the courts had to free him, and also the charges were later reduced to 7 because it was 15-count charges bordering on terrorism and treasonable felony, that he was actually bringing terrorism into the country and breaching some things in which he's not supposed to breach. And in Kenya, before they brought him to Nigeria, he was in an unknown place where he was beaten, and this actually affected his health. And the appellate courts has noted that the Nigerian government failed to refute the allegation that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was in Kenya and that he was abducted and brought back to the country without any extradition proceeding. They are not even ready to accept the fact that they illegally renditioned him from Kenya to Nigeria, which is like abduction, like you abducted someone and without the person knowing or the family knowing, not until the person got to the place in which they now started voicing out. So the appellate court has released him, but we all know that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is still in the custody of the DSS, even despite the appellate court to free him. The then AGF to the president actually took the case to the Supreme Court, and they've continued to detain Nnamdi Kanu even on an illegal stand, and they are still not doing anything to his case. And the appeal court has passed the verdict. So I don't know whether we are in a place whereby we are in a country whereby we don't obey the law, or we don't obey the courts, we don't obey the court rulings. Because how will an appeal court give a ruling and you say you are not going to follow it? We have come to the end of the news. What's your view to this? Please share your view in the comment section. Thank you.